I want to talk to you about strategic planning for a small niche business, because almost all our human services businesses today are niche businesses. And they're not all small, but they are all niche businesses that we're providing resources in a very, very tight corridor of funding and regulation, et cetera. So again, I think strategic planning needs to be very simple. So let's get started. I am really, really adamant with people that strategic planning be simple, fast, and constantly modified. Companies that want to do strategic planning acknowledge the following things. This is a changing niche economy. Now, we think that's new, but Peter Drucker wrote about this in 1964 in the book Managing for Results. So the concept is not new, but it's just faster today. And we'll get into why in a second. But Peter Drucker in 64 warned all companies that whatever they're doing today will soon be out of vogue and fail. So you better understand that everything you're doing should be changing as we speak. I can give you one little example, is that I've noticed that my employees over the last 5 years have started to like to do things in groups more than individually, but they're really productive in a group. You know, I was a guy that wanted to go to my desk and get a policy written or a form written or something, but they like doing it in groups and sitting there and playing block and move on computers all together. Well, then we've created a pit for them to do that, where they can just go out with their computers and do all this stuff. And so I've just had to embrace that. And I have no problem with that. It's just that I had to learn to do it differently. By the same token, everybody complains to me about employees always being on their phones and texting and all that. Well, here's a funny thing about that. Is that true? Yes. Do I ever say a word about it? No. Here's why. Because my employees are also constantly updating each other by text of the individuals we serve, the employees' issues we need to deal with. I have found that the consistent communication has been an unbelievable benefit to quality, not a deterioration. So I'm willing to embrace that. He walked up to me and he said, okay, trust is not developed in a relationship with someone new until you've had 5 contacts with them. So he said, here's what you're looking to do. We're going to go meet them face to face. They may ask us a question in that session. If they do, we're going to go, well, that's an interesting question. We're going to have to get back to you on that. He said, you may be sitting there with the answer. You may know the answer. Don't you dare tell them the answer. He said, boy, that's interesting. So then he said, what we will do is we will then go back and we will follow up by phone or email with an answer to that. Now, do you understand what you just did? You are going to reestablish that you heard what this person's need was. Then you're going to follow up with them with a possible solution that specifically targets what they said they wanted, not what we said we wanted, what they said they wanted. And then after they have that, you may set up another face-to-face meeting and follow up with them on that. He said, we're after 5 contacts because trust is developed in 5 contacts. What are strategic objectives for your company? They're to get you towards your goals, but they're to constantly guide and direct you for being better. It's that simple. You want to be better. Here's the bottom line of this. General strategic goals should only guide you. They should be your guides. They should be general, simple, easy to understand, but they're your guides of where you're going. They won't change your company. Specific strategic objectives allow you to move forward with clear tasks, timelines, and leadership. Very, very important that you understand that strategic objectives change the company. Not strategic goals, not a vision and mission statement, specific strategic objectives change a company.